Once was a land of woe and strife, where the people were bereft of hope. They prayed to their gods of might and light to deliver the heroes of old. Instead they got heroes. Did you hear the quotes in my voice of moral ambiguity? They may help or may not help you at all. Depends on what's in it for them. They kick and they punch and they maul and they smash. They lie and they scheme and they burn and they slash. Succeed or fail, it adds to the tale. Dungeons and Debacle starts now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I am your host and dungeon master, Kevin. Going around the table, Blake.
I'm Blake, and I'll be playing the eldritch knight / wizard, Juliet.
And Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
And Shane.
I am Shane, playing Alexander, the human bard and wizard.
And John.
Hello. I play Alunodas, Elven monk extraordinaire.
Alright, so the last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you guys were making your way through this Bonebreaker's tomb. You fought a couple fire elementals and this one gigantic fire elemental. They gave you guys a run for your gold. After defeating that huge fire elemental, you backtrack back down the hall and use the decanter of endless water to cool enough of a path across the lava to cross one area that was barricaded. It was the only way left that you had to go. While crossing that, Turin fell down through the lava that had cooled back down into the molten lava up to his knees and was burned pretty significantly. After some effort and a lot of failed ability checks, you were able to pull him out and heal him up. At that point, you decided to take a short rest and use the decanter sort of like a sprinkler system to keep you cool, so you didn't suffer any further exhaustion from the heat down here. Then you made your way through the barricade of broken crates and carts and barrels into a area of this shimmering heat that is more intense than it was in the previous areas that you've crossed through. And that's where you find yourselves now. So you are currently in this room that is probably, let's say, 60 feet wide and about 30 feet deep. Much like before where you crossed into those shimmering areas, you see this superposition like a different room inside of this room. But here it's much more, it's a lot stronger. So you are seeing like tables and chairs that are almost kind of like translucent to you. You can't really see what you think is what the room in this the crypt has looked like previously. And inside here, up against the north wall, you're going to see a reddish purple man that stands about 12 feet tall and looks like he weighs about 2,000 pounds, and he's all muscle. He's got this black top knot and a beard, and he's got two scimitars at his back. So he sees you walk into the room and says, "Greetings. I hope you aren't too uncomfortable with the heat. I brought a little bit of my plane here, but it's still chilly and isn't the same, and I grow bored. Borscht isn't the best conversationalist. It's about time you showed up. I think it's been, 2,500 years now?"
Exactly who are you?
He says, "I am Norik, and I've been waiting for you to come and open this tomb. If I could grant myself a wish, I would have already been through this door. But it's a pesky lock, and it's vexed me all this time, and I'm not allowed to leave until I get this mortal's trinket."
What kind of trinket are you looking for? We're looking for one as well.
Come now, lies don't become us. It's the girdle, of course.
What do you need the girdle for?
Oh, it's not for me.
Who's it for?
It's for my bondholder,
Who is?
Kossuth.
Well, that's a relief.
Does everybody want to give me a history check?
Sounds like a plan.
Hell yeah. I rolled a 7.
Me
Me
too.
too.
I rolled a 6.
I guess I can roll for Edel.
We get disadvantage because of the exhaustion, right?
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. So you only got a 6, Shane.
Wow.
Edel critted and then got a 22 on his disadvantage.
Never knew Ada would be such a history buff.
He likes fire.
All right, so Edel and Juliet, you would know that Kossuth is he's the god of fire on the fire elemental plane. He's known as Fire God, the Lord of Flames, the Fire Lord, the Elemental God of Fire, and his portfolio covers elemental fire and purification through fire. His domains are destruction, fire, renewal, and suffering.
So he likes fire?
Yeah, that's like saying we like air.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm guessing they didn't say this out loud, though, so Alunodas didn't catch that.
But don't worry why he wants it. I don't even know myself. But Kossuth gets what Kossuth wants.
And this lock you say you can't get through? Why?
This lock has vexed me for millennia. I've tried every method from the magical to the mundane to no avail. So here I waited until you came, as my master foresaw. I know you have the key, or you wouldn't be here.
I suppose you're right, but what do we gain to help you?
Well, what would you like? I can even grant you a wish. Everybody give me a either an Arcana check or a History check.
15 on Arcana.
8.
It would be a 22, but I have disadvantage, so 6.
Alright, so Shane, you would know that this creature that's in front of you is an Efreeti, which are creatures of the fire elemental plane. And much like Jinns, they can grant wishes.
Sick. I turn to Juliet to see if she has any input.
I don't have too much else.
Sounds good to me.
So at that point, Edel is going to say, "It's a deal." And he's going to blurt out, "I wish to be invulnerable."
Oh, that sounds like him.
As Edel makes the deal and says, "I want to be invulnerable," the Efreeti is going to say, "Done." And he snaps his fingers. You're going to look over at Edel, and you're going to see it looks like his feet turn into adamantine, and it goes creeping up his body. And at first, he's like, yeah. And then he realizes he can't move his feet. And then he starts to scream as the adamantine creeps further and further up his body until it reaches his mouth and it becomes frozen in this scream. And then the rest of him turns into adamantine and he falls silent and still.
Well, I guess we can always sell him as a sculpture.
Probably make a pretty penny.
A wish asked is a wish granted, I guess.
Be careful what you wish for.
So the Efreeti laughs. "I've upheld my part of the deal. The key to the tomb, if you please."
You kind of just turned into adamantine.
What do you mean?
He has the key on him, unfortunately for you.
I don't know that you guys would know that at this point.
I haven't looked at the lock yet.
I'm trying to get him to undo the spell. See if I can't, who's it? What's
Undo
it?
the spell. Cast it twice.
So the Efreeti's going to say, "Well, where is it on him?"
That was something he kept secret from us. He didn't trust us.
So the Efreeti is going to move over to Edel. And you're going to see his hands like start moving over the shadow or over the Edel statue, and you see him reach into, basically only Edel's skin has turned into adamantine. Everything else is the same. So he's, wearing his clothes over top of like his adamantine form. And you're going to see the Efreeti start like rummaging through like Edel's belongings that's still on the statue.
Here's the big question. Well, never mind. I'll ask that later.
Okay. Maybe you could inspect the lock while he molests our former companion, Talia.
That sounds like a plan. Good sir, would you scoot a little to your left so that I could look at the lock while you do that?
He just gives you like this side eye, and he's moving around to Edel's back anyway to investigate what might be behind his cloak.
Alright, so I am going to do an investigation check, I guess, to see what's up with the lock.
Okay. Give me an investigation check at disadvantage.
18.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So what you're going to find on the door is it's a adamantine double door. It's about 15 feet wide. And on one side of the door, there is this large, like round disc that you think is like the tumbler for this thing. And in the middle of the disc, there is a long vertical slit. And then there appears to be like a cutout around a cylindrical point that comes out of it.
This lock looks weird, guys. I don't know if I can pick it.
But we have run into a theme coming through this tomb. It's all about borscht.
Can I start rummaging Edel's body along with the Efreeti?
Sure. Give me a either an intelligence check or an investigation check.
An invade personal space check.
11.
You really aren't finding anything other than he's got that sword of Borsch's. You know that he is wearing that magical helm he found out on that corpse in Brown Meadow. He's got a little bit of gold, and then the I think splint mail that he's wearing.
Can I see if I can get anything?
Give me an intelligence or investigation check, whichever is higher for you.
It's not letting me pick intelligence.
What?
Investigation uses intelligence anyway. You should be able to roll that problem.
Oh god!
So we'll probably just take the first one of those, yeah?
Apparently it would let me pick them. I'm so sorry.
So you're, searching him, and then you're like, how do we know that Edel's got the key?
Yeah, guys, are we sure that Edel still had the key?
Well, let's see. Alunodas is going to go over and take a gander at the door, too. I mean, he had just been making shit up to try and get the, hopefully to trick the Efreeti, but he's going to take a look at the... Oops.
So the Efreet's going to say, I've found nothing that looks like a key.
But we do have something that looks like this door hole. The keyhole, I should say.
What is that?
The magic chatted. Of friendship.
Yeah.
No.
Blake chatted.
Alunodas is going to...
Blake chatted. That's because the key was inside of him all along.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of going with it. But let's pull the sword out of the sheath with great difficulty because Alunodas is not strong.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a crit fail on my strength check.
So you go to unsheath this great sword from his back, and you're able to get it out, like wedge it out. But when the weight gets to your hands, instead of being levered on his sheath, it falls to the ground and out of your grip and makes a clang on the floor. Yeah, Freddy's going to say, his sword? Are you sure that's the key?
Only one way to find out.
Sure looks like the keyhole. Look at the rings on the back of the sword.
So the Efreeti is going to bend down and pick this thing up effortlessly in one hand and inspect it. And then it's going to walk over to the lock on the door. You see him stick the sword tip through the slot in the door and then work like the first ring of the sword up on this cylinder, and then the next ring and the next ring and the next ring until he's got the entire sword in the door. And then he's going to twist it one way, and that doesn't work. And then he twists the other way, and it just slides smoothly 180 degrees. Then you hear these tumblers move, and the door cracks open.
Kevin, I have a question.
What's that?
Can I like, what's in my hands right now?
You look down, and the dagger's in your hand.
I guess we go in.
Mm-hmm.
So the Efreeti is going to say, "The bargain is now complete. Now I can complete my task and leave your shitty little plane. You can show yourselves out now."
Oh, we would like to see this momentous occasion, so I hope you don't mind if we stick around.
Actually, I do care.
Juliet blasts him with a ray of frost.
Okay, you're doing that?
Here's your eternal reward.
Alright, I'll give you a sneak attack.
You mean surprise round?
Yep, surprise round.
And here last time, you were upset with me for attacking. God.
Oh,
So that is a 10. You are going to conjure this ray of frost, and it goes shooting across this distance of 10 feet. Goes by his head, and he doesn't even flinch as the bolt crashes into the adamantine door. And the Efreeti is going to say, "I expected no less from you, mortals." And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Hell yeah, 6.
You cast that ray of frost, it misses the Efreeti, and the Efreeti hisses at you and says, "Deal breaker."
I take it, don't you mess around with me.
So, this giant reddish purple Hulk is going to put his hands behind his back and then pull out 2 scimitars. And then the scimitars erupt into flame. So, first up, as always, as
Not
usual,
always.
is Alunodas.
Okay. Alunodas is going to punch the ever-loving crap out of this guy. That's a 19 because we got him flanked.
That hits.
Okay, for 9 damage. And his second attack, 23.
That hits.
For 8 more. Now, flurry of blows. 23 and 26 for those 2 hits.
Those both hit.
And let's see. Here we go. Let's go ahead and give him no reactions until the end of my next turn.
All right, what's the save on that?
I don't think there is one.
Surely
Which is
there's a
strange.
save on that.
Let's pull up the player's manual. Because I have saves for everything else, but not for that one. Yeah, there's no save on that.
Huh. Oh, okay.
So it just gets no reactions until the end of my next turn.
Alrighty. So,
It takes a total of 17, 27, 32 damage.
nice. So, you're gonna lay into him, and your fists are just like this flurry, just that, and you're punching this thing in the stomach, and it's like hitting stone. And so the visual here is you're just like punching him, and he's just standing there like not affected. And when you finish punching, he looks down at you and says, "Are you finished?"
Yes. Jerk.
Next up is Talia.
Alright, so I am going to try to stab him. Since he's flanked, does that...
Yep.
Cool, so it's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
I'll roll my sneak attack for an extra 13 damage, and then I'll use my offhand dagger for 22 to hit him. So that's a total of 19 damage.
All right. So, as he's talking to Alunodas, you come up behind him and just start stabbing him in the back.
I mean, yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, just describing what was happening. So, like, you're stabbing into him, and you know, the flesh seems like really hard to get through, and you're not that strong, but you think you should be like stabbing deeper into this thing.
Even with the offhand adamantine blade?
Yep. Yeah, the adamantine blade only works on like that was like a construct that was made out of metal, and those just a little inside baseball. That was a helmed warrior that you were fighting, and they have vulnerability to adamantine weapons. All right, next up is this Efreeti, and he's going to say, "You tricksome little mortals. I upheld my part of the bargain, and this is how you repay me. Now you all must die." And he is... Go ahead.
Technically, we upheld our end of the deal, too. We opened the door.
I guess
we just like to watch.
It's the spirit of the deal.
The spirit, sure, but the letter we upheld. Just saying.
True.
Yeah, we never agreed to leave.
Which is exactly like what he did with Edel, making him invulnerable.
Right. Besides, adamantine's not invulnerable.
Hey, Kevin.
He cheated.
Yep.
Just a heads up, I have Bardic Inspiration left, so whenever like he rolls, would you mind just giving me like a half second to decide if I want to use cutting words or not?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Just want to make sure that we don't like cut through it all.
Gotcha. So the first thing this Efreeti is going to do is like wiggle his nose like Samantha from Bewitched, and behind Edel, fire elemental is going to appear.
You mean Alunodas?
Or yeah, Alunodas, sorry. And then he is going to attack you with his scimitars. The first one's a 7, that's going to miss. And the second one is a 19.
And I believe that'll hit.
I would like to use my thingy.
Okay.
So I'm going to use cutting words, so I use one of my Bardic Inspiration. And it uses my reaction, I want to say. So I just yell something at him. Tell him, hey, Big Ugly, you're not going to hit that one. And then I will expend my thing and reduce his roll by 1d6.
So you're like, swing, bada, 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 bada.
Reduces it by 2 to bring it down to 17.
Ooh, that's just enough. He misses.
All right.
Big whiffa.
So you say something to him, and he gets distracted the last second and looks at you, and then swings the scimitar over Alunodas' head. Hold on just a second. Let me add this thing to initiative.
And just to make sure, Kevin, he's not immune to being charmed, right?
You don't know that.
No, just because if he's immune to being charmed, my cutting words doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Okay, it doesn't work. I mean, it does work. It does work. Your cutting words work.
Don't get hit.
Got it.
All right, next up is Turin. He is going to run up here to where Edel is, and he's going to pause for a moment and then look Edel up and down and then start laughing. He's and then he's going to take his foot and kick Edel over and across this floor. And then he's going to move up beside this Efreeti. And he is going to stab him twice with a spear. Its first attack is a 15, that'll miss. And the second one is a crit fail. So that's a 9. That's hamstring. You damage your foot in the attack and your movement is halved. Dex save ends DC 10. which is okay because he's not going to be going anywhere. Next up is Juliet.
Alright, Juliet dashes behind Turin over there and casts Hold Person on this Efreeti.
Oh.
Oh, I guess this one doesn't work. Hold on.
I just need to know the DC on that.
It's gonna be 13.
For what stat?
Oh,
Wisdom.
wisdom.
He rolled a 20.
Alright. Juliet uses her action surge to take another action and fires a ray of frost at him. If the whole person didn't work, I cast Ray of Frost on him, a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that will deal 11 cold damage and end Juliet's turn.
Alright, next up is Alunodas.
Alright,
I mean, you
Alunodas.
mean me?
Oh, yeah, Alexander. You skipped Alexander.
I have a turn
Oh,
there.
sorry, my bad.
I may have a 6, but I'm still in combat, gosh darn it. Yeah, I'm gonna grip my good old dagger, my faithful personal dagger, and rush at the Efreeti and try and shove it in his chest.
This ought to go well.
I'm excited.
I rolled a 13. I don't think I have anything to... I don't know if I have any... I don't think I have proficiency with it. I've never used the dagger, actually, I don't think.
It's a simple weapon.
You did against ghosts.
So I believe I get a +2 since I have a -1 on strength. I use strength for daggers, right?
No.
Daggers are dexterous weapons, they're finesse weapons, so you can use your dexterity modifier and then you add your proficiency bonuses.
It's exciting. So it's a +5. 3 from proficiency and then 2 from my dex, so an 18 in total.
That hits.
Nice.
Damage is 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier. I don't know if the dagger has any magical properties of its own to add to that.
4 damage, I guess.
Alright, so you run up and stab this thing. You don't think you did much damage to it. I mean, you just like poked him with it. And you're going to see this Efreeti kind of freak out. And he's going to take his scimitar and knock your hand away from him. And says, "Get that thing away from me."
Don't get that thing away from him. Get it closer to him. Get it right to the heart of him. Literally and metaphorically. Alright, he has no reactions. Are the doors open?
It's cracked right now.
Okay.
But next up is the fire elemental.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it is going to try to touch you, Alunodas.
Oh dear.
So that's a 15 with advantage. That's going to miss. Oh, actually, no, that's a crit.
Doing it again.
I set my macros up like weird. Okay, so his first attack's going to miss, and then his second attack's going to crit. So first on the crit table, that is an 8. That's a haymaker. Your attack hits so hard it stuns your opponent until the end of your next turn. So you're currently stunned, and that is going to do 18 points of damage.
Yep.
And you're currently stunned.
And I believe stunned means that I can't do anything.
Correct.
Alright, so that uses up my turn. And now I'm no longer stunned, and our Efreeti friend has...
Until the end of his next turn.
Oh, until the end of his next turn. So I'm still stunned.
Yes.
And our Efreeti friend has his whatchamacallit back. Reactions.
Okay. All right. Next up is Talia.
Yay! I mean, I could keep stabbing. Let me try poisons. No, that's probably not going to do anything. Screw it. I'll try it.
I was going to say, like, you're a thief. I mean, anytime you could stick something with your daggers, you should probably be doing that.
That's fair, but I mean, he doesn't seem to be taking much damage from anything else.
Could be just
Okay.
damage reduction.
It could be. I guess I could try my daggers instead. I mean, I clicked the button, but
If you want to stab it, yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna stab it. It's a 25.
That hits.
My sneak attack. And my offhand.
And that hits.
So, 15 damage total, supposedly.
All right.
That was a very unfortunate sneak attack roll, is all.
Yeah. That was the least amount of damage you could do on that sneak attack roll. Which...
Third least, I think.
Yeah, I could only do 3.
Alright, so next up is Norik. He is going to take a swing at Alunodas. First attack is a 21.
That'll hit.
And the second attack is a 10.
That'll miss.
So you're going to take 5 slashing damage and 5 fire damage. As he slices down with his right and then slices up with his left and then catches you on the arm.
And looks like you're going to take Alunodas down again, Kevin.
Next up is Turin. You know what? He's going to drop his spear and his shield, and he's going to take out this great axe at his back.
So barbarian it up.
Yeah, that's 12. That's going to miss. And 16. That's going to miss. Next up is Juliet.
Okay, Juliet fires another ray of frost at him. No, that's a lie. She's going to cast another hold first. So that's going to be a DC 13. Is it?
Wisdom save.
Yes.
21.
Alright, then that's it for Juliet.
Next up's Alexander.
Well, hasn't gone bad so far. I'm just gonna keep on trying to stab this dagger into him. 22 to hit.
That hits.
3 damage.
Alright. So, you come at him with this dagger again, and you can, like, see worry in this thing's eyes. And he just hisses at you. Next up is the Fire Elemental. Is going to attack Alunodas again. That is a 22 and a 22.
Both of those will hit. I think I'm probably going to die.
That is a total of 21 damage.
Yep.
Alrighty. I would say next up is Alunodas, but that isn't true.
I get to roll death saving throw.
That's a 12, so that's 1 success.
Huzzah.
Next up is Talia.
Alright then, I'm gonna keep trying to stab this guy.
You no longer have advantage.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't really... If the doors are cracked, can I move here?
I'll allow it.
Alright, so I'm gonna stab him. Oh god, it's a 12, right? Please tell me that's a 12.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Thank god. Okay, and then I'm gonna offhand stab him. 15?
Or neither one of those hit.
Alrighty then, so I don't get my sneak attack, and that's my turn. Yay!
Alright, Norik, since you actually hurt him, is going to turn and attack Talia. Because, you, like, poke him in the back with the daggers. Like, you hit him, it just didn't do any damage. Because you didn't have enough strength to, like, push it through his skin. And he's going to turn around and take 2 scimitar attacks at you. So the first one's a 12 and the second one is a 24 for 12
So
slashing.
the first one misses.
Yeah, the first one misses. The second attack is a 24, so you're going to take 12 slashing damage and 1 fire damage.
I have uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So I'm going to take 6 damage. How does the fire damage work with that?
You would still take 1 damage because you can't take less than 1.
Okay, so I take 7 damage total.
All right. Next up is Turin. He's going to take 2 more swings with this great axe. It's a 19 and a 15, so the first one will hit for 11 damage. So as Norik turns to slice at you, Turin takes his great axe and then slices it down this thing's back. All right, next up is Juliet.
Alright, Juliet is going to cast Magic Missile on this guy. Will deal 13 force damage.
That's actually pretty good.
And that will end Juliet's turn.
Is that did you cast that at first level?
Yeah, I'm out of second level spells, and then I cast all those hold persons.
That's pretty good damage for a first level.
I know, right?
Alright, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, next up is Alexander.
Hard to go wrong. I'm just gonna keep on going at him with his dagger. 11 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Hell yeah, pass. Well, actually, before that, I would like to use Healing Word using a second level spot on Alunodas.
Thank you. I was about to yell at you so hard from the grave.
Yeah, so it's gonna heal for 2d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is gonna be my charisma, 8. Just let me double check my charisma real quick. Yep, that's correct. Heals for 8.
Alright, Alunodas is back on the board.
Yay.
Anything else you want to do?
I would like to downgrade my movement action for a bonus action, and then use Healing Word using a level 1 slot on Alunodas.
Don't think it works that way in 5e.
Oh, can I only use that once?
Yeah, you only get one bonus action. Like in 4e, I think you could trade down actions. Does that sound right to you, Blake?
No, I'm pretty sure you can trade down actions in 5th edition too. Like that's how you can get a double move.
Double
if you
move
sacrifice
is an
your standard.
action used for a move, and the move is just a move.
So you're
Can't
saying
downgrade
no,
action.
Juliet?
So you get one action, one bonus action, one move action. That's it.
Okay.
And you don't necessarily get a bonus action unless something says it's a bonus action.
Well, you don't have to take it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. Pass then.
Alright, next up is this fire elemental that sees you cast this spell. So it's going to take a swing at Alexander. The first attack is a 15. Does that hit?
Yep, I have a 14.
And the second attack is a 20.
It's hitting me.
You were not made for melee.
You are going to take 17 points of fire damage.
I'm down to 31 health from 48.
If only somebody had some way to take this fire elemental off the board. Juliet,
I already
That
put
was a
down
point
my
to
whole
comment.
persons. I don't have too much else.
you have the jug.
It doesn't help. It pushes him to the ground, and then he just gets back up.
I mean, might you do something.
It actually does damage to them.
1d4 damage, maybe an extra d6. I'll take a whole bunch of... And he gets the strength save, which he just picked off a giant greatsword with no effort, so I'm not confident in that.
No, that's the Efreeti. He's talking about the
I'm
fire
talking about
elemental.
the fire elemental.
Oh, the fire elemental. Why are we attacking the fire elemental? We killed the Efreeti.
I'm not. I'm going to disengage, casting a chi point. Come over here to this side of the whatchamacallit, so I can try punching it again. Because I can't punch the fire elemental. I would die trying to kill it.
Go on the top left spot so that way you can get advantage from me. Now we're playing D&D. There we go.
Can Alunodas move up there?
Yes. Your back's up against this door.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, your back's up against the door.
Okay, good. All right, so with advantage, going to punch. First one is only a 15. Second one is a 17.
Both those miss.
Ah. And I believe that'll do it for Alunodas' turn.
Alright, Talia, you're up.
On with the stabbing. So the first dagger's a 13. That's gonna miss. The second one's a 16.
That's going to miss too.
Alright, cool. Now I'm going to disengage
Alright,
and move over here.
so...
Oh no, that screws. Never mind. I take that back. I'm not going to do any of that because that screws over.
You can
Turn.
dodge, make yourself harder to hit.
She's already taken her... Is that a bonus action?
That's a bonus for a thief.
Okay.
Second attack on the dagger is a bonus action.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
This is fine.
Yeah, so she wouldn't have been able to disengage anyway.
Oh, I thought disengage was movement. You're right. Might be. I actually just read it again.
All right. Are you finished?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So Norak's going to turn and face you, Alunodas, and says, "You again?" And he's going to take a swing at you and take a swing at Talia. So the first one is on you. That's a 16.
Misses.
And then the second one is on Talia. That's a 9.
That misses. Yay!
All right, next up is Turin. He, since Norak's got his back to Turin now, and Turin sees this opening, he's going to slash down and try to take his axe and put it through this thing's skull. That's a crit. And then the second one is a 9. That's going to miss. So first of all, he is going to do 24 damage as he takes this axe and kind of like grazes this thing's head and then chops down into its collarbone. And you're going to hear Norak scream. And then we're going to roll the crit table. That's a 4. So that's hamstring. Target is slowed to half movement until the end of the encounter. Dex save ends DC 10. Yay, I found a little Snell icon. Next up is Juliet.
Alright, Juliet takes this opportunity to move between the Efreeti and Fire Elemental. It gives them something else to hit, why not? And then fires another magic missile at the Efreeti for 9 damage. And that will end her turn.
Which if you're going to cast like a spell like in close range, that's the one to do because disadvantage doesn't matter.
Yep, exactly.
And also, if you think about it, if anybody needs to be taking damage from this fire elemental, it needs to be you.
I know, right?
Alexander, you're up.
If you wanted, you could skip your turn and just disengage and move away from the fire elemental. Or you can keep stabbing.
I'm stabbing, you know.
It is stab.
17 to stab.
You get to roll with advantage.
17 to stab.
That doesn't help either. Both of those are going to miss.
Hell yeah. I'm going to use my bonus action to heal Alunodas with a level 1 healing word.
Yay.
For 7.
But as you start stabbing into this thing, you hear that voice come back in your head.
Do it. Kill him. Feed me. I hunger. Do it. Make him grovel.
And next up is the fire elemental. It is going to see Alexander casting magic, so it is going to try to attack him. So that's a 23 and a 21.
Those are hitting me.
You are going to take 21 points of fire damage.
I'm down to 10.
All right, next up is Alunodas.
You know what? Just to mix it up, I think I'm gonna punch. Ooh, that'll be a miss. Only 13. Come on, second punch. 19.
That one will hit.
Okay, and I'm gonna spend a chi point for a stunning strike. Once per turn, on a hit, I can spend a chi point to stun, con save, until the end of my next turn. That's going to be a DC... So it's a DC of 14, Constitution save on the stunning strike.
Oh, he fails.
Yes.
So
And I don't think that takes any action, so I'm also going to spend another chi point for Flurry of Blows, just to do more damage. 17, that'll miss. And another 17, that'll also miss.
All right. And how long does that stun last?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Is that it for you?
That is it for me.
All right, Talia, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna keep with the stabbing. 18.
That will hit.
I'll do my sneak attack and my offhand for another 22. 22 on the offhand.
All right, so that's a total of 19
19
damage.
damage. And that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Norik. He can't do anything because he's stunned. So Turin is up. Is it automatic crit on stun characters, or is that just prone characters? Or not prone characters, paralyzed characters?
I don't know.
So if he's stunned, is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly, automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Alright. So Turin is going to take 2 swings with his great axe. That is a 22 and a 15. So the 22 is going to hit for 13 damage. Man, this thing's looking rough. Juliet, you're up.
Alright, this thing is stunned, right?
Yep.
Fantastic.
You have advantage. Prone likewise just gives advantage, not automatic crits.
Damn. I was gonna say stunned. It's pretty powerful statistic or condition. You sure? Yeah, stunned is incapacitated. Isn't that instant crits?
Incapacitated means that he can't use actions or reactions.
I'm thinking paralyzed. That would have been good with the whole person. Oh well.
Yeah, if
Juliet.
that was part of the stun, it would have said it in the description.
I mean, it doesn't say that in the description for hold person, and then I don't know. The descriptions for a lot of these can be vague and self-referential. Like for hold person, you have to look at 2 separate categories of conditions, but it doesn't matter. Juliet is going to take a swing at this guy with her adamantine glaive.
What was that? Did you just, nudge a marimba?
I probably bumped into my microphone.
It sounded very musical.
It did?
Oh, good. So Juliet's going to attack with her new adamantine glaive. That'll be a 16 to hit.
That misses.
A wasted turn. I should have just cast Magic Missile. That's the end of her turn.
Alexander, you're up.
Okay. Question: how do using a potion work? How does that work? Does that take a full action?
Full action, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to stab at the dude that is stunned. 22 to hit on the first one. The other one doesn't. Well, it does.
Yep, it's a hit.
5 damaroos.
Alright. So, you stab it, and you see him, wince away from the blade. Next up is the fire elemental.
Oh, sorry. I want to use a healing word on myself.
Oh, okay.
Level 1. Healing for 5.
Alright.
Up to 15.
Next up is the fire elemental. It sees that you stabbed its master. So it's going to attack you. That's a 12 and a 19.
19 hits.
For 10 fire damage.
Down to 5.
Next up is Alunodas.
Okay. I'm low on chi points, but I think I'm going to punch. Oh, that's a crit.
Yep.
So it does 14 damage on that punch and rolls a 14 on the crit table.
14. The damage you do can't be healed for the duration of the encounter. Effect is the damage is removed from the target's maximum hit point total.
Nice. I mean, he hasn't done any healing yet, but you never know. Okay, so let's punch again. 26.
That hits.
Alright, for 7 more damage. And let's go ahead. Ooh, I'm tempted. I'm going to do another stunning strike.
I don't think you can double stun somebody.
Yeah, it doesn't renew it or anything.
Oh, okay. In that case, I won't do a stunning strike. I'll just do another basic bonus attack. Another crit.
Wow.
So that's 13 more damage. And an 8 on the table.
Your attack hits so hard it stuns your opponent until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
It's a roundabout way to do it, but
I'm okay with it. So let's see, 14 plus 7 is plus another 13 is 34 damage from me this turn.
Wow.
And that will do it for Alunodas.
Man,
this guy's looking rough. Alright, Talia, you're up.
I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna do.
Stabbing?
I'm gonna stab it. Oh yeah, all the stabbing.
3 20s in a row again.
So it's 22.
That hits.
sneak attack, and then my offhand. 25. So total of 22 damage.
All right. What's it look like when you kill this thing?
I'm finally gonna be able to, I've been poking at it in the same place long enough that I'm finally able to get my dagger through his skin and just stab him right through the heart. Wherever his creepy Efreeti heart is.
So you stab into this thing, and you are going to see it, dissipate into a cloud of smoke. All right, next up is Turin. He is going to take a swing at this, well, he can't. He's going to move.
You can move around.
So he is going to flank with Juliet and take 2 swings at this fire elemental with his great axe. That's a 17 and a 26. Both of those are going to hit. I think he's the first person who's actually bothered to take a swing at this thing.
You're fighting a giant wish-granting stone-skinned monster. Why bother focusing on the thing made out of fire?
So he is going to do 16 points of damage, and in return take 7 points of fire damage from hitting this thing, as the flames lick up his great axe and up his arms. Alright, next up is Juliet.
Alright, Juliet fires another magic missile at this stunned Efreeti.
Efreeti is off the board. He's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Okay, well then I guess at the fire elemental. Pew, 14 force damage, and that's it.
Alright, next up is Alexander.
Okay. I would like to stab this fire elemental with my dagger for 17.
That hits.
5 damage.
Alright, and you are going to take 3 points of fire damage.
You're down to 2. Right?
That is how math works, correct.
Next up is the fire elemental. Or do you want to do anything else?
I think I'm fine.
Okay. It is going to take a swing at you. It's a 14 and a 25.
Both of those things hit.
Oh, really? The 14 hits you?
Yeah, my AC is 14.
Okay, you're going to take 18 points of fire damage.
Zooey. I go to negative 14.
You are
You
at
said
0.
17?
You cannot go below 0.
Oh, okay. I'm at 0.
Alright, this thing knocks Alexander to the ground, and he is currently a little bit on fire. Next up is Alunodas.
Alunodas is going to come over here and do a medicine check to stabilize Alejandro. That's a 17 on the medicine.
Yep, you stabilize him.
No risk of death for Alexander.
Huzzah!
And I think that will do it for Alunodas' turn, because that would be a standard action.
Yep. Talia, you're up.
Well, guess I'll move over here and stab the fire elemental.
That's not flanking, though.
Oh, that's a crit. No, it's not, because I don't have advantage. I lied. It's fine.
19 hits.
Yeah.
So,
And then... Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
roll your sneak attack.
And then offhand, which is an 11.
That's going to miss.
Okay, so... But it is... I think it's only 4 plus the 7 from my sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So 13.
And you're going to take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Is that it for you?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, its turns up. It's a 26 and a 25. Those are both going to hit for 18 damage. And he is going to take 6 points of fire damage. Alright, Juliet, you're up.
Alright, Juliet's going to take a swing at this elemental. A 24 to hit
That hits.
for 8 slashing damage. And that's it for Juliet.
Alright, you are going to take 3 points of fire damage. That's
Is that
after
what
the
was it?
reduction.
Okay.
Alexander, you're up.
Death saving throw, here I go. Was
don't
I
need to.
stabilized? Yeah.
Stabilize you.
Nice, so now that I'm stabilized, I
don't know if that would get you up with 1 hit
You don't
point or just leave you
roll anything.
unconscious.
You're stabilized.
I'm just chilling.
Yep.
Yeah. What am I able to do? Can I heal myself? Question mark.
No.
Yeah, then I guess I just pass.
I think it's at this point somebody's got to either heal you or feed you a potion to get you.
I do have a potion. I would like to use my potion of healing.
Aren't you unconscious?
Yeah, stabilized means you're unconscious. You can't take any actions, but somebody could force feed you one.
Okay. Yeah, pass.
All right, fire elemental is up. It is going to attack Talia.
Yay!
That is a 10 and a 19.
The 19 hits.
Okay, you are going to take 14 points of fire damage.
Uncanny dodge?
Sure.
So only 7?
Yep.
Cool.
Alunodas, you're up.
All right. Alunodas is feeling brave. He's going to come over here, and he's going to attack the fire elemental.
It's too bad his Edel's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid Edel statue.
Yep.
Isn't he on the floor?
So that is a 9 to hit. That's going to miss. And then a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, 5 damage. Bonus strike is 25 for 10 more damage.
All right.
And how much damage do I take?
You are going to take, 16 points of fire damage.
And Alunodas is down.
Wow.
That was stupid brave.
All right, so we've got 2 members of the party. One is currently incapacitated but stabilized, and another who is going to be making death saving throws here soon. Talia, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to stab this guy, I guess. It's an 8.
That's going to miss.
And then offhand is a 23.
That's going to hit.
Alright, and then sneak attack. So 13 damage total.
Wow, that sneak attack was an 11 damage. That's nice.
Yeah, that was kind of awesome.
So what's it look like when you take this fire elemental out?
Man, I'm just getting lucky and stealing everyone's kills.
I know, right?
I'm just gonna, take a hint from the last fire elemental that we saw and aim for its neck and just slice its head off as it dissipates. Because I'm assuming that's what happens, is that it dissipates.
Yep, it dissipates into like this heat mirage. And you're going to take 3 points of fire damage. All right, so
okay.
You guys are out of combat. But you've got one guy that's stabilized, and Alunodas, go ahead and give me a death saving throw.
That's a 2.
All right, this is going to be your... Well, before that, we're still in initiative, so keep that number. But, Juliet, do you want to try to stabilize Alunodas?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not Edel.
Juliet cracks her fingers and prepares some medical massages. Let's see how this works out.
Rub some essential oils on it.
Oh, look at
Ooh.
that.
Oh my god.
She curb stomps you.
On her way over, she trips over Edel, lands on Alunodas.
So yeah, that's a natural 1 on the medicine check.
Yeah, if I was a jerk, I'd say that was a automatic fail on your first death saving throw. But I won't.
Yeah, but that's apparently not how checks work. You can't get crit successes or crit fails on those.
Correct.
But I did get a fail, so.
So yeah, so you've got 1 fail. Talia, do you want to try to stabilize him?
Yeah, let me come over here and pretend like I know something about medicine. That's a 5.
All right, so Turn's gonna turn around, see what you guys are doing. And he's like, he's bleeding out. You just got to take something and stick over that wound to keep the blood from coming out. And he's going to try to do a medicine check. He's going to rip off.
We do have potions, you guys.
Who has them?
I think Alexander has one.
Yeah, I have the healer's kit.
All right, because
potions from the gnome shop and all sorts of stuff.
Turing got a 9 on his medicine check. So, Juliet or Talia?
Yeah, let me rifle through some pockets and see if I can find any potions.
So you remember that he's got a couple potions of healing.
Okay, I'm gonna shove a potion of healing down Alunodas' throat.
Okay.
I was about to try acupuncture.
I'm glad I'm here.
No, man, lavender essential oils. It'll align the quantum vibrations.
You just feed me a homeopathic tincture of death.
Or no, it's a homeopathic tincture, but what you're going to have to do is dip one of those scimitar swords in some water and then dilute that a couple of times.
Actually, it was fire that killed me twice. So
Yeah, you can't really dilute fire.
sure you can. It's gasoline
water's
diluted over and over again.
So, Alunodas, go ahead. I think that potion's 1d4 plus 1.
Or so.
How many
Again?
potions did you have on you, Alexander?
I had 3.
So are you guys going to feed him one?
Absolutely.
The terrible waste of potions.
Well, he's not dying, so we can just rest.
Yeah, we could take a long rest, I guess.
So you guys can take even more exhaustion.
Well, here's the thing. After you killed that Efreeti, Norvak, you're going to notice that the magic that was creating like a pocket plane of the fire elemental dimension in here starts to dissipate and cool down, and the shimmering has gone away, and now it's just a normal room.
Oh, fantastic.
Is it still stupid hot?
No. I mean, there's still heat coming from the other rooms, but in here, the heat's gone away.
Yay!
Huzzah!
All right, so what are you guys doing now? You want to take a long rest?
I think we should.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's rifle through the belongings of the Efreeti and Edel.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give Edel's helmet to Turin, I guess. And Turin could probably also use the sword and shield and so on.
Oh, so you're looting Edel?
Absolutely.
You're not going to take him someplace to get like a greater restoration or something?
We could try, but personally, I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I was
I like
thinking we could just drag him with us and sell him as art.
Yeah. Or, just as adamantine. He's got to be valuable that way.
Well, it's just his skin, though. Like, all of him wasn't turned
His
into
flesh,
adamantine.
I think, is what Kevin meant by that. Because skin would be gruesome.
You could do a investigation check.
18.
Nice.
All right, so you start pinging around with the butt of your dagger on this thing, and from the vibrations of this, you think that he's solid adamantine.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, we could melt him down. I mean, that works, right?
Yeah, that's hundreds of pounds of adamantine. It's got to be worth something.
We'll melt them down into adamantine wheels and wheel them out of here.
All right, so as everybody takes a long rest, I think that's probably a pretty good place to end it. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. If I could ask a halfling-sized favor, give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It's the best way to support us. New episodes come out every Monday, so make sure to check your podcast app. Do you have an idea to make the podcast better? Tell us about it on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out our website to see all the maps, lore, and characters at dungeonsanddebaclespodcast.com. And now a word from our fantasy sponsor. Welcome to the Connelly Inn and Stables. Located in the most exciting part of Connelly, we're a short carriage ride from the city's most popular attractions. Whether you're looking for music or a play, nightlife or high-class shopping, we're located near it all. Our palatial suites can accommodate any discerning traveler, and our service is legendary. We also offer amenities such as an indoor heated pool, a spa, fitness center, laundry, and 24-hour room service. Are you a traveler with business with the council? Ask for our special business rate. Make sure to sign up for our Gold Club and get exclusive access to our finest rooms, and the 10th stay is free. We also honor Triple B Travelers Club membership discounts. Connelly Inn and Stables. We're at the center of it all. Are you like trying not to wake up a baby?
I am whispering 1.5 feet away from my mic because that is, you told me that I was too loud otherwise.
Oh. You can speak up.
Okay, how is this?
It's better. It just sounded like I'm whispering because there's a baby in the room and I don't want to wake it up.
Yeah, my mic must be super powerful now, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could probably talk in a normal tone of voice. I mean, you're at like negative 12 dB right now.
Yeah, you sound like you're coming down with something.
Okay, how is this? This is probably too loud.
No, that's fine.
What? Then I was just... Oh, God damn it. I was fine the whole time.
Yep.
Okay.
The music you heard on this episode was Fire Prelude by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.